Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2026 Cadillac CT5-V series.
And a big thanks to Tim and Jason at Coast Cadillac in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium car or SUV in the Port Richey area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Tim or Jason.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the CT5 replaced the CTS as Cadillac's midsize luxury sedan back in 2020. Facelifted last year for 2025, which tweaked the front grille, fascia, and lighting elements, with a revised interior getting Cadillac's new Google-based 33-inch infotainment display. For 2026, the CT5 gets a couple new exterior paint colors, and outside of the monster supercharged V8 Blackwing, the 2026 is available in 3 trims and 2 engine options. The 2 lower trims, the Premium Luxury and the Sport, come standard with a 2-liter turbo, which cranks out a potent 237 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, and enough for a mid-6 second 0 to 60 time. Or you can upgrade to the 3-liter twin-turbo V6, but that's available just for the Premium Luxury. We reviewed that model for the 2025 model year, and it was sweet. But unfortunately, that engine option is not available on the Sport, which actually sits above the Premium Luxury. However, the V Series that you see here not only gets the 3-liter twin-turbo V6 as standard, it's tuned more aggressively than the Premium Luxury, here cranking out 360 horsepower, 405 pound-feet of torque versus the 335 horsepower, 405 pound-feet on the Premium Luxury, which shaves about 3 to 4 tenths of a second too for the 0 to 60, getting there between 4.6 and 4.8 seconds with a $57,600 base price. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, really bold front styling with a black contrast LED daytime running light, dual projector LED headlamps. We have the full front parking sensing, forward-facing camera helping us out with the 360, and hopefully you can pick up the intercooler with the bracing right in front of it. Should help the handling out tremendously. The wheel and tire setup on the 2026 V Series, you get these dark gunmetal gray, basically black 19-inch rims wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S Sun Performance tires, some of the grippiest rubber in the business. Dimensions up front are 245/40 ZR19 with a quad piston V Series Brembo specific brake caliper. Limited wheel gap 2, all body color trim for the wheel well area. We get an additional side sensor to help us out with the 360. V on the upper right part of the fender area. Additional camera on the mirror to help us out with that 360. LED turn signals on the mirror, which are body color, but the glass itself is pretty small, but at least Cadillac gives us the blind spot monitoring. We get smart access for the driver and a front passenger. Post facelift, the CT5s don't have conventional grab handles. Just like the new Escalades, it's button activated with an LED daytime running light on it. Aggressive rocker panel side skirt area. We get the massive panoramic moonroof up top too. It's an option with the shark fin style antenna behind it. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this aggressive 2026 CT5-V series. Styling wise, you don't really tell it apart from the Blackwing that much, but performance wise, of course, although this is a fantastic performer, it's just not quite the supercharged V8 that you get from the Blackwing. We get the same exact rear wheel and tire setup. It's not contrasted like we would get from the Blackwing. Still the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S Sun Performance tires, some of the grippiest rubber as you mentioned in the business, at 245/40 ZR19, but a smaller single piston brake caliper out rear. We get an additional side sensor for that 360. The window trim is all blacked out. LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. CT5's aluminum. Shout out Coast Cadillac in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. A reverse light in the center. V on the right side. Cadillac logo, the deck lid spoiler. And we get our camera mirror as part of the shark fin style antenna. Hopefully you can pick that up on camera. The V Series gets quad exhaust tips, and that sounds pretty good with this 3-liter twin-turbo V6. And speaking of the 3-liter twin-turbo V6, let's fire it up and hear how she sounds. All right guys, that was the sound of the 3-liter twin-turbo V6 sold by Cadillac for the 2026 CT5-V series. And it sounds surprisingly good, cranking out 360 horsepower, 405 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission, sending the power to the rear wheels. You can expect a mid to high 4-second 0 to 60 time, making it a no-joke performer with some of the best handling in the business. Basically sharing a chassis with what used to be the Chevy Camaro with additional bracing for the strut towers. Basically what you see is what we get. The hydraulic struts are appreciated, and we have V etched into the top part of the hood. But we can take a step back and walk around this 2026 CT5-V series one more time, and let's take a step inside and see what we get with probably the nicest luxury sports sedan starting under 60,000 bucks. Up top, we get soft touch materials. I'll set the lights back to auto so the car is not yelling at me. We get some carbon fiber beneath it wrapped in aluminum door handle, lock and unlock, power folding mirrors, gushy soft leather armrest, 4-window auto one touch, power trunk release, but it's not electrically closing. We get a booming AKG audio system, which isn't the best audio system in the business, but it's surprisingly up there. Getting rubberized texture for the lower area, you'll fit a foot long with no problem. The ambulance out there is screaming. Anyway, we'll take a step inside in 1 second. Aluminum V nameplate, and the seats have this orange perforation to it. They're heated and ventilated. It's about a $500 or $600 option. I'll leave a link right over here to the window sticker. The orange theme continues for the stitching. We get V underneath the headrest, adjustable bolsters, adjustable thigh support, 4-way lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. But taking a step inside, we also get a Cadillac all-weather floor liner. Shut the door, foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So for the most part, this is a really premium interior for the sub $60,000 price point. It is basically a fully loaded CT5. Again, I'll leave a link right over here to the window sticker so you guys can see all the options and features. So we're sitting closer to the $65,000 price point. Here we have the actual window sticker that came with this 2026 CT5-V series, so you see why I keep linking it for you. But either way, we get the Super Cruise steering wheel. It is thick, solid 10 and 2, perfect 9 and 3, and the leather on the wheel just feels very premium. Leather for the horn area, the horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way, and we'll do a window check with thick dual pane windows. Aluminum door handles, satisfying click for the turn signal stocks. You get auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers. All appreciated features. Radar cruise control on the left side. You can hang up and answer your phone calls, voice commands with our steering adjustments. Heated steering wheel, forward collision alert, volume and skip on the left side with our V mode, and our adjustments for the infotainment screen. Power tilt and telescoping steering column. You get your eyesight sensor for the Super Cruise, electronic parking brake, interior lighting, and we get our aluminum outlined pedals. Hopefully you can pick those up on camera. We have a 33-inch infotainment screen. You can adjust the layout, heads-up display, and the trip all on these left side adjustments. And on the right side, let's see what we got. We'll stay in demo mode for the purpose of this review. We get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Really advanced cameras that we'll check out in 1 second, but as far as the map, let's check it out. It's all Google based. It's a Google 33-inch infotainment screen. As soon as it loads up, which should right now, I'll demonstrate it for you. So the response is just about perfect. So is the resolution. This is Google's latest infotainment screen, and it's just about, if not the best in the business. With the heads-up display as well, not sure if you can pick it up on camera, GM does some of the best heads-up displays. We'll recenter this Google-based infotainment screen. And the home screen, hopefully you can pick everything up on camera with the V Performance pages as well. With the power, torque, boost, as you rev it up, the numbers, of course, change up with different views, engine data, and our gauges with tire pressure, and all of our performance gauges with adjustments all throughout. You can adjust every individual screen to show whatever it is that you would like. My personal favorite screen, to leave it at all times, would be the map. Anyway, let's check out the backup camera real quick. I mentioned we have a 360-degree camera and a super high resolution backup camera. Over the top 360, our forward facing camera, you can alternate to it, back to our overhead, and you can go for the strict overhead with the guidance lines and trajectory for the rear, and you can do the same thing for the front. Our side blind zone view as well. That's about it. When we throw it right back into park, we return right back to the previous screen. Leather stitching for the entire dashboard, air vents beneath it, dual zone automatic front climate control with air vents out rear but not a separate third zone climate, heated and ventilated front seats. The ventilated seats, as you saw on the window sticker, are a cost option. Wireless phone charging pad, drive mode selector. Our drive modes include Tour, Sport, and Track. We'll start the review off in Track mode, the most aggressive mode. Try it out in Tour and just see what the differences are. You can turn off the traction control, auto hold for the electronic parking brake, and turn off the auto engine start stop right behind it. the gear selector control, and the 10-speed automatic transmission. We already checked out the backup camera. The volume dial feels premium in a good location for the driver and a front passenger, and a dial if you don't want to get fingerprints all over your infotainment screen. We get a cup holder cover, which is soft touch materials. You'll fit 16 to 24 ounce bottles with no problem. We get additional storage pocket. It's not a wireless phone charger, and a decently soft armrest. Storage space is okay. You'll fit 5, maybe 6 12-ounce cans, USB-A and C port with an additional 12-volt right next to it. The glove box, if I call that the glove box, I apologize, the center console. The glove box has a little bit more carbon fiber above it, lined in felt, and pretty large. You're fitting 20 to 25 license plates. Should be able to fit 2, maybe 3 pairs of shoes depending on your size. About 5 or 6 Harry Potter books with soft touch materials outside of it and more carbon fiber all throughout the center stack, and leather for where your knee will often hit. The headliner is not Alcantara. Our panoramic moonroof opens up in 2 separate directions, the front and rear passengers. Hopefully you can pick that up on camera. The interior lights are LED with 3 garage HomeLink settings as well. The glass itself, let's see if it opens up. It does. The glass goes on top of the second panel, so it sticks out a little like a sore thumb. See if it goes out any further. It does not, but to the end of the front row, we can poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Port Richey, Florida. Sunny and 90 degrees according to this 2026 CT5. We'll shut the roof right up though. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat, at least, of this 2026 Cadillac CT5-V series. Let's take a step out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So we get super soft materials for the top part of the door panel, more carbon fiber, aluminum door handle, 2 AKG speakers, lock and unlock, and a gushy soft armrest. On a one-touch window, second row seats, the leather goes all the way out to the door frame, and it's gushy soft, very couch-like seats. We'll unbuckle the seatbelts so it's a little bit more comfortable. And speaking of comfortable, the legroom looks very decent. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I have about 4.5 inches of knee room, but headroom with this glass roof, I'm just about running out of it. So if you're above 6'3", 6'4", you're gonna start running out of space in this back seat. So the back seat space here, it's a little bit more comparable to a 3 Series than it is a 5 Series, but pricing wise, we're also a lot closer to a 3 Series than we are a 5 Series. You get leather feeling mat pockets, some air vents underneath the front seat with additional air vents blowing directly into our face, additional mat pockets behind the passenger, pass through for the rear wheel drive system, and the exhaust system with a ton of light brought into the cabin thanks to these dual moonroofs. The interior lights back here are LED. We get a hook on both grab handles, and the center cubby has a rope to pull, some leatherette trim, and you'll fit 16, possibly 24-ounce bottles. That's about it though, guys, for the second row. It's not the most spacious mid-size luxury sedan, but it's definitely not the most cramped either. Let's take a step out in the cargo space, see how much space is offered back here, and then take this 2026 CT5-V series out for a drive. As you saw, we get a hydraulic chute for the trunk. It's not electric, so it doesn't close for you, but the hydraulic chute is appreciated, and the hinges are covered, so you don't have to worry about crushing your cargo, with a decent amount of cargo space. I'll leave a link right over here, show you exactly how much there is, and some secret storage. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. You get a decent amount under here with some cutouts, perfect for grocery bags. But all you see is basically what we get. Shut the trunk right down. Hopefully you hear those exhaust tips rumbling from the idle. This 3-liter twin turbo V6 sounds very similar to the V8 you get from the Blackwing, but of course, as you rev it up, you'll definitely start to hear the difference. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all-new 2026 Cadillac CT5-V series. It is a beautiful luxury sports sedan, very comfortable for the interior. No, it's not the most spacious in the segment, but performance-wise, at this price point, it's right at the top. But speaking of the performance, let's take this 2026 Cadillac CT5-V series out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2026 Cadillac CT5-V series. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, though, very good throttle response. We're in track mode, so everything's gonna be as aggressive as it possibly can get, and the steering feels good. It's not quite as aggressive as the Blackwing. The adaptive suspension is gonna be in its more aggressive mode right now. Everything is super touchy responsive, but nothing is uncomfortable. Everything still feels buttery, silky smooth. Brakes feel really good with the Brembos up front. Big bump. I mean, you feel them, but not as much as you would in the Blackwing. And every slight touch of this throttle pedal changes the power input. Such a good response, Super nimble chassis with the Alpha 2. Quiet. You don't hear basically anything. We got some big puddles on the road, so we're not going to be too crazy. But we'll get situated and lean into it about halfway, right here. You look down and you are flying. It's not overwhelming. In track mode, we didn't want to be too crazy because of the puddles, but we'll open her up a little bit more. Paddles. And throwing it in, feeling good, coming out. Feels good. Feels really good. We can try out a real world turning radius test. Sharp and direct, but yeah, not the best. We have to get a little bit on the grass right there, but not the end of the world. Try one out off the line. Track mode, off the line, on the gas. Boost. Brakes feel good. Yeah, no need to beat it up any further. Hopefully you guys get a good idea of track mode. Throw it into tour, calm things down a little bit. The exhaust sounds really good here in track, but in tour mode, definitely quieter through the exhaust. We can press and hold the right paddle shifter, throwing us back into automatic mode. And listen, what a change of pace. This now becomes an actual genuine luxury car. With the adaptive suspension, you don't feel any bumps in tour. You barely felt them in sport or in track, but sport and track will make the suspension in its most aggressive mode, whereas tour calms everything down. And tour mode, we'll see the acceleration sensation is on the gas. It's still really, really fast, but in tour mode, it starts to feel like the premium luxury. And then in sport and track, you start to realize that there is a V on this specific CT5. Tour mode also makes the steering a lot lighter, but it's still super sharp and direct. The slightest movement through your hands and the wheel changes the direction of this car. Brakes feel a little bit less sensitive, but they're still fantastic quad piston Brembos. Throttle response is a little bit less sensitive. A little bit. It's still a very, very powerful 3-liter twin turbo V6. And let's lean into it. Woo! Yeah, we still get up to speed really quickly, even in tour mode. Overall, guys, if you're looking for the ultimate luxury performance sedan under $60,000, I think you're looking at it. If you want to save an additional $5,000 or $6,000, sure, go for the premium luxury. It's going to be a little bit more refined, I would say. No, I wouldn't even say refined, because with this adaptive suspension, you throw it into tour mode, you're basically in a premium luxury, and with the click of a button, you're in a genuine competitor to like a BMW M340i. The brakes feel good, the suspension feels excellent, and this engine, not only is it powerful, it makes a really nice noise too. With a very comfortable interior, AKG premium audio system, heated and ventilated seats, leather just about everywhere, and fully loaded. I mean, we have a 360-degree camera, we mentioned upgraded audio system, this new 33-inch infotainment screen. It is a really nice luxury performance car, and if you're looking for a luxury performance sedan with space, with options, and with good performance, under $60,000, I would 1,000% recommend checking out the 2026 Cadillac CT5-V, and I'd recommend checking out the V Series. I mean, I recommend going all the way up to the Blackwing. Any CT5 that you're going to get is going to be a good car, but if you're comparing between a CT5 with a 2-liter turbo and a CT5 with a 3-liter twin turbo V6, I would heavily encourage going with this 3-liter twin turbo. And a big thanks to Tim and Mario at Coast Cadillac in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium or performance car or SUV in the Port Richey, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Tim or Mario, And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.